Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. I just made my return to the college football world. Now I'm returning to the MMA world. So Islam is vacating his lightweight belt to move up to welterweight. I think this is a great thing in the UFC that you got guys that have clearly cleaned out their division, like Islam, and they want another challenge, So that's a good thing. Topuria also, same thing. He's cleaned out the featherweights. He's undefeated. I think he's earned the right to move up to fight for the lightweight championship. However, I do think this is a bad matchup for him against Charles Oliveira. And let me explain. No disrespect to Topuria, but Topuria has not really... He's young, he's talented, but Charles has fought for a long time in the UFC. And I think it's a bad matchup. Well, for one, Charles Oliveira is a lot bigger and longer. In MMA... Look at John Jones, for example. A lot of fights he won, especially early in his career, he had a reach advantage, and he can just pick you apart, That's for one thing that I don't like about the Topuria fight with him fighting Oliveira. Two, obviously, experience. Charles Oliveira has fought over 10 years in the UFC. Three, not just MMA experience, UFC experience, but lightweight experience. I think that favors Oliveira a lot. Four, Charles Oliveira is a killer. And I know Topuria, he knocked out Max Holloway, made it look pretty easy. Before that, knocked out Volkanovski, made it look pretty easy. Won the title that night. Before that, destroyed Josh Emmett, who's a monster at 145, And again, this is a whole new weight class. This kind of reminds me of Conor McGregor when he beat Aldo for the title so quickly and made it look easy. Then he moved up in weight to fight Nate Diaz. And, great fight, but he lost. It was a risky fight for him. I feel like this is kind of a mismatch for Topuria. Again, I'm not saying Topuria doesn't have more than just knockout power and great wrestling and a really good chin. Obviously, Josh Emmett, he proved that with Josh Emmett. But Oliveira is a different animal. Again, no disrespect to Josh Emmett, but you fighting a guy like Oliveira who's huge, who's proven to be real tough, who's proven to win fights from literally anywhere. He can win them on his feet. He can win them off his back. He can take you down and submit you. He can drop you in the next, And what makes Charles Oliveira a mismatch, in my opinion, is he's been knocked down before. Chandler in the first fight. Dustin Poirier the time they fought. Gagey the time they fought. All fights where Charles was in trouble, he easily could have lost, but he didn't. You know why? He's resilient. He has championship heart. All those fights were title fights, by the way, just like this one. And he ended up, getting hurt early. Next thing you know, he's finishing the guy a minute or two later. So, again, Topuria beating him wouldn't surprise him. He's a great fighter. I'm actually a fan of Topuria. But if I had to put my money on this fight, I got Oliveira. I think Topuria is going to have him hurt at some point in this fight. And he's going to pounce on it and think he has it won. Charles will weather the storm somehow, come back, and knock out Topuria. And again, Topuria, what makes him dangerous, and in my opinion, what gives him a chance to win this fight, is he's calculated. He's not going to go in there and just go crazy and try to finish it. He's going to pick his shots. However, Charles Oliveira also does that. And he's done this a lot longer. So, prediction... I think Topuria is going to be trying to put him out. I think he's going to do his best and fail to do it. Charles comes back to win after getting rocked a few times in the fight. He ends up getting a TKO over a kind of an inexperienced younger Topuria. Give me Oliveira by knockout within the third round. I think he'll pick apart Topuria, frustrate him, and then Topuria will try to go for its desperation because he's struggling. And he gets beat. Oliveira's got too much experience over him. He's got the most finishes in UFC history, period. Knockouts and submissions. I just got to put my money on Oliveira. Now, again, Topuria could win this fight. And I'll actually make a video about that later. But I got my money on Do Bronx winning the title back.